Alright guys, BLM here back with more One Piece World Seeker. Continuing on. Do we have a fast travel location? We do. Well, let's fast travel there. I don't know why it's telling us to escape when we can just fast travel.
So they could swap into 2 tribes, or they could wait another week, swap into 3 tribes of 5.
If Sakal goes to tribal again, I do fear for Adam's life a lot. You know, would
Silly, but
maybe
whatever.
fight for Adam a little bit, but Denise just voted against him. It just doesn't seem like that's as strong of a thing anymore. If they go to tribal again, I can see the 6 of them coming together.
Yeah, again, I said this before. I'm actually enjoying this game. Like, it's not really a game that I'm putting much, it's essentially, like, just a generic open world game where you play as Luffy. And I feel like that's fun. I'm enjoying this so far. Like, it's not great. Like, it would have been, like, I feel like it's not an optimized game. I feel like if it was, I think it would have been a much better game, but it's fine. I think it's probably like a 6.57 out of 10. Like, it's a pretty average to possibly even below average game, but I personally do enjoy it so far. Okay.
There are some storylines, like I would love to see Rob and Tyson reunite at some point. I think that there are a lot of different things. Parvati and Yule, I need to see interact. I hope.
So we got 3. Actually, if this is a main mission, we might as well just do this now. It's supposed to be around here, right?
There's a lot of fun ones, but we really need that storyline to happen. Also, I mean, if we don't swap, please let Red go to Tribal Council. There's so much interesting stuff over there. We need a little bit more.
I'm just scared for Tyson.
I am scared for Tyson. I'm very scared for Tyson. But I think I would be a little more afraid for Kiin, I think, if they went.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like in the game they're planning on taking Tyson out. But it does feel like he's building something, right? Like we're leading somewhere with Tyson. And I do feel like I also feel like Sandra could be in trouble if we head to a red tribe tribal.
If we had to do a top 3 players that need a swap, I think it would be.
So where's the garden area? Isn't that where we're supposed to get the carrots?
Rob needs a swap pretty badly.
I think Parv might need it worse though.
Really?
Because it's been Parv that's been brought up all this time.
Yeah. And who else from the red? Kim could use a swap.
Yeah, I think like Tyson, Kim, Parv, and Adam. Honestly, would be the 4 people I think.
It would be pretty bad.
Cabbage.
Yule's like, Jeff, please stay. Yule wants the same tribe for a while. He's in a great position. And then Ethan goes to.
Oh, there's a carrot. Oh, we got it. Cool.
Hi guys, and everyone goes Ethan, and then he has a great line about my alliance with Rob and Parvati didn't really work. Ethan's fantastic, and then we get one final line about.
So we gotta get out of combat so we can fast travel.
Able to handle extinction because
Shit.
it's terrible in comparison. Everything on a reality show terrible in comparison to the cancer journey that he went on, which is an incredible story. And I'm happy that Adam made it because he's a friend of mine, but see Ethan go home, it does hurt. So, we've had a pretty good food orders before in terms of the betterment of the show. It's like, I hate to say this because they're all amazing people. Losing Natalie was a little rough. I would like to see Natalie. Losing Amber, we can live with that for the show. It's like, okay, I think, like, in terms of characters, I was fine with that. Losing Danny.
Can I fast forward now?
You know, it really was like
Cool.
Game Changers was rough. We lost so many big personalities pre-merge. I was happy with the Budo order. Losing Ethan is tough, but I mean, the cast is so amazing. We're going to have a lot of heartache along the way. We're going to have some legends going home. But Ethan was really a joy. He had a lightness to the game for sure that was really, really popping off the camera. So losing him is rough. But from top to bottom, a pretty good episode of Survivor. I'm going to give it an 8.5. An 8.5.
Yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I read all the episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very close. Yeah, there's still room to
Okay, cool.
It was full.
Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I do think it's probably the weakest episode so far, maybe. I don't know. Like, the thing is, I think the strategy segments of the episode are some of the best strategy segments we've ever had on Survivor. Like, it's so much fun. Like, all the stuff with Adam and Rob, like, all that stuff is, like, so much fun.
And really find success in the spot that he was in.
Shit.
But I think only on an all-winner season is Ethan the one voted out ahead of Robin Park.
I don't agree with that, but whatever.
Monday morning quarterback, maybe he could have done a little more to keep Danny. That was maybe the spot where it kind of slipped away.
Yeah, it does seem like the Danny exposing the old school alliance was the death knell for Ethan's game, because prior to that, Ethan, I think, was benefiting the most from not being too closely associated with Robin Park, and that he was able to mix in
I
with
still
the other
disagree with
players
that, but
a decent amount. But I think once the old schooler thing was outed, people then started talking about him as, oh, he's too linked to Robin Park.
You mentioned relationship maintenance, which is the thing that I struggle with a lot in FNB. When I had a good connection,
I don't care about any of this.
Like, okay, I can put that on the back burner for a couple days. No, you need to feed. It's a baby. They need food every 3 hours. They need that nutrient, or else they're gonna start crying, and you don't want to. It's a strange analogy.
Oh, it's right where we fucking just were?
You need to constantly feed those relationships, because the game is so fluid, especially you keep talking about how fast the pace is. I don't really know, I've never played Survivor, but it seems very, very, like, it seems like things are popping off every second or something, you know? It seems quick.
Yeah, alright, so there were a couple of secret scenes. I already mentioned the one with Sarah. Tyson also had a professional Tyson hairdo, one where he also talked about bonding, and saying the more that they win the immunities, the more time he has to work on people, and that's great for Tyson, because of course people just love him, and so the more time he has to make them love him, then the better a chance they'll have once they go to trial.
For sure. By the way, this is very early, but what if, like, you will at the challenge, like, oops, puzzle, I'm not doing very well, oops, I kicked over the can, it's like, oh, shoot, Tyson. Now, like, that could be a good thing, you know? And honestly, I'm always shocked, because in Big Brother, it's throwing down or disabled, because there's never a team. Always challenge. I'm always shocked. I really don't think the producers like this concept. Survivor's about grit, push yourself, get off the couch, 30 seconds.
There we go.
The fact that it's voluntary sometimes, but I feel like they sweep it under the rug. It's like very often people are incentivized to throw challenges. Like, that group could probably toss in the challenge and then get rid of Tyson or Kim, and that could really help them. So I'm always shocked that's a strategy that isn't talked about more.
It is a risky one, though, especially, I think, especially on a season like this, actually, or I think there are a lot of players are trying to play, like, I think a lot of players were trying to play safe on Sele until they, got 3 tribals in, they're finally playing a little more aggressively, but I think that they're worried about their legacy, right? And if you are behind a throne challenge that backfires on you, it's much worse than just having a normal tribe situation where you end up getting voted out because of whatever. So like a riskier move like that really puts you out there.
It comes down to I keep making these sports analogies. So in the analytical world of football, people have discovered that going for it on 4th down is a very profitable thing to do, and this is transferred into professional football, where that is used as a risk. People are punt the football. Old school strategy is always punt the football, punt the football, punt the football. But no, it's like if the right decision is to throw a challenge, the risk level shouldn't dictate that. This is obviously a tough comparison, but I want to bring it up as an example because a loss is a loss. An L is an L. Yeah. That's a standard metric, But if, like, for example, JT on Heroes vs. Villains giving up the idol and then going home, it's like, oh god, that's an L, It's like that one sticks with you. Whereas, like, someone like Ethan, that's an L. They're both the same result, but they're done in different ways. And so I would like to see, strategies like my brain always works like that a little bit. But are we doing fire making on this? Are we really going to make the Final Four make fires at winners of Worlds? Was that necessary? Really? Oh man, it's so good, but it could be a little bit better. It's not perfect. It's okay. I've been happy with most of this. I can stomach
Oh, that's interesting.
We also had a secret scene of Wendell. Giving a little bit of content here. He actually, it was a whole scene dedicated to Wendell building the same game that we saw Rob playing last episode, with the little loop and the hook that you like.
Oh!
I don't know what it's called, but
I played that. I had a bar in Calgary.
Yeah,
I play that all the time. It's addicting.
Sometimes.
Me and my friends would drink and play that little ring game for hours. It was
Okay,
so fun.
so-
We played for hours. Like 3 hours one day. It's amazing.
I'll
What's
go
it called,
here.
though?
I don't know. I should have looked it up.
Ring on a string.
Ring on a string. That's probably it. But I thought it was funny that that Wendell was showing like, oh, I'm building this because I'm so like nifty and like good with my stuff.
Yeah.
But like Rob has already been playing it on the other track.
That's funny. It's
So
called
weird they came up with the exact same game.
Tiki Toss. That's
Really?
hilarious. Yeah, that's a very entertaining game for not a lot of, like, it doesn't take very long to build. That's so funny that they were both playing that. I've had most of the secret scenes. Where can I get every secret scene? Is it on Twitter, YouTube?
CBS on the CBS website is where I've been finding it.
I'm gonna go back and watch everyone because I need more Survivor.
Yeah,
I've
this
seen
season in
those.
particular.
I saw Ethan doing a disgusting bird mechanic with his.
Did you see the Evan Parvati one last episode?
Yes, it was amazing. It was really,
So
really,
two
really
more.
good.
So yeah, there's two more, right? Okay.
Yeah, looking forward.
Yeah, this one, there's one more in that
We're gonna have to
area we
have
haven't been to yet.
6, 5, we can take those. We don't have to bang out 9 and 10 every time, but maybe, who knows, we can maintain the amazingness that is this season. Who was your winner pick, Terry?
Tyson.
Tyson, okay. Mine was
This is a Tyson Stan podcast, so
I'm a big fan of Tyson. Oh my god, he is the funniest. He is I love his sense of humor. He cracks me up. He is the funniest. And if Survivor gave away $1 million for social media presence, he would be the Rupert Bonar this year for sure. He's killing it on social media. He's hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was I noticed a lot of camaraderie in general on Dakal. There were a lot of Dakal secret scenes, and there's just a lot of like tribe unity happening.
I mean, you're having shark steak, you're winning. What? I would feel good about myself if I'm kicking the other team. They're kicking
Jeff Probst has been doing little recaps of each episode as well. And in this episode, he talked about he was very pleased about Natalie calling herself a billionaire.
Oh, are we in the area?
It's
Oh.
just like a real economy.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way,
exactly what we wanted.
if I went to my local currency,
Okay, well, we might as well start this mission too.
fire token, like how much? What's the market going rate for fire? Is it like what, like 3K or something? Or like what's the value? You know?
What's the value of like somebody going out and finding an immunity idol? Because you buy an immunity idol with it, right? So
That's
one,
right.
one immunity idol. If it takes let's say on average 5 hours of searching to find an immunity idol, what's minimum wage?
Yeah.
like
For sure, exactly. Yeah. It's so
$15
fascinating.
$15 minimum wage. Then we're looking at what did I say, 5? So let's say $75.
Yeah. That stuff is so fascinating because like these questions don't have an answer, but to think about them is very, very interesting. Like what is the value of an idol? Like what is the value?
So obviously this is
of an
gonna
idol?
be where we find Brooke, I would assume, right?
Even more importantly, the value of knowing other people don't have the idol. Your options in your playbook are so open. For Denise right now, she has an idol. She knows. I mean, there could be a second one or whatever. And then the third, the ability to bond people and say, hey, I have the idol, even though that didn't work out for Kim and Sophie. There's so many layers to this game. It's really
Oh wait,
unlimited.
what was that we can
It's fun to
think?
think about as a fan.
I think there's a better way to calculate the value. I think that if we look at having an idol, what does having an idol do for your chances of winning the game overall? Because having an idol is odds, right? So whatever percentage that is, and we calculate out the money, that will find us the value.
Oh, that's perfect! Oh, dude, that's so smart. So true. You're winning.
Right?
You take 10% of $1 million from them. That's a great answer.
We're gonna find out for the next 5 years.
Alright, where are we going?
You've done 40 seasons. That's the camouflage was hilarious. I was high on the legend, but Jeff's metric for what's a good season, what is he? He's the Botox has seeped into his brain. I love you, Jeff, but for you to call that one of the best scenes ever, it's crazy.
Yeah. Alright. Well, let's
Your show is so good, Jeff. There's I can name like 35 off the top of my head that's better, but oh, sorry, my brother's calling me. Let me decline that. My brother wants to play video games, so we'll do that later. So we have to talk about the Legend Watch.
Yes, the
this is awesome.
Legacy Watch. We got
This
it right
is
here.
my shit. This is graphs, rankings, tier rankings. Dude, I tweeted out a while ago. I tweeted out a list.
Where am I going? Where is she?
My Big Brother Canada rankings, and oh shit, it's like, oh no, it's like the amount of ads and mentions and hate I got for that was like, you know, I put myself above iKids.
Oh boy.
I heard about that for a while, but it's fun. I love this stuff. I love this is okay. So we got Legend here. Can everyone who is this a podcast form? Can
Yeah,
listeners
so
see this?
there are listeners, so we will be describing things as we go, but if you are watching on YouTube or you want to see the list,
Where is
you can
this?
go ahead and find us on YouTube, and we do have a visual for you. I do have one update from the last one.
Shit.
I leave the survey up all week long, even after the podcast ends, so people can still vote until the next episode airs. Obviously, you want to get your vote in before the podcast so we talk about the votes. But what had happened is that Yule had previously been in the Legend tier, but had dropped down to the top tier. But it was so close that he actually moved 1/100th of a point up over the course of the rest of the week, and he did land back in the Legend tier by
Fuck.
the end of the week.
Where is she?
Wow.
In the rankings last week. So
Okay, so set the myth. Is this this is including past games and this current season, correct?
right. So I took a baseline from how did you think of them before the season started? How do you think of them after the premiere? How do you think of them after week 2? And now we're looking at what do you think week 3? Where do you see them? And so my prediction is that we're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of like reactionary movement. But then, for the most part, we'll see things start to, being pulled back to where they were before, unless we get constant reinforcement of that movement.
Yeah, there's going to be a recency bias. People are going to
Exactly.
remember the previous episode a little more. Okay, I agree with most. I can tweak a few things on this list, but I can get down, I might bump Tony up to Legend tier in terms of, well, if entertainment's metric, he would be in the Legend tier. This is a pretty good list.
Yeah, I think this is focused on strategy, but there's no clear criteria here.
Bonus marks for entertainment, for sure. I think it would throw you middle.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
So what has happened is that Parvati actually started on top, followed by Sandra and then Rob. Over the course of the previous episodes, Rob has been steadily climbing. However, what we're going to see here in the Legend tier is that Rob is going to actually fall behind Parvati and Sandra with this episode. His legacy has gone down, and I will say I actually disagree with this one personally.
Yeah, I do
feel
too.
like, because I've seen this sentiment a bit.
Oh,
after
fuck
this
off. There she is.
Rob is playing an inflexible game. He doesn't have the ability to adapt to different situations. He always plays the same way. And this is what Rob Sescanino said on the Know-It-Alls last night, which I think he was making a good point, and I think he's completely right, but I think it might be being interpreted in a way that isn't favorable to Rob, Boston Rob, when I'm not sure that should be the case. Because as I've gone through this episode, like I said, when
The
Rob
pond.
is presented with a situation where he's in the minority and people want to take a shot, they're going to him, and they're not actually taking a shot at him. And it's not that he's inflexible, it's that he is not letting them walk over him in the same way that Jeremy wasn't necessarily letting people walk over him. So I think there's a neat comparison here. In the first episode, we saw Tyson and Kim both be put in a spot where they were in the minority. They were either told or were able to suss out that they were in the minority. And we saw two different reactions. We saw Tyson go like, all right, anybody but me, Kim, Amber, I don't care. We saw Kim kind of like freak out, I've never been here, and just kind of like just begged on her knees, just like, please, not me. What we see from Rob is different, and I think it's because of how good he is personally. And you know, I love Tyson, but I think that the difference here is that Rob has those relationships. When Tyson is told that he's on the outs, he doesn't really know why or how or where everybody stands, because if he did, he could do something about it other than just like hope for the best, right? But Rob knows exactly where everything stands. So when Adam tells Rob, hey, it's Parv, Rob is able to go, okay, well, I know who I need to go to make this, to do something about this. He goes to Jeremy and Michelle, and no, he does not succeed in getting a target off of the old schoolers in general, but there's a massive difference in what happens in this tribal, what actually happens and what could have happened. Ethan going home is actually much better for Rob in the way that it happened, because, like I said, now Jeremy and Michelle are much more open for Rob. And Adam, if Adam had been leading the charge and had successfully taken out Parvati, then it would have been 5 against 2, Rob and Ethan, where Rob is the much bigger target of those two. But now there's a much more messy situation that they've got to deal with, and that's largely because of how Rob responded. I don't think it was a bad way to respond. I think it was one of the best ways to respond.
Yeah.
The only way it could have been more successful is if he had actually been able to take Adam out. But you know, you can't always work miracles. But I think what I'm saying here is that the more I see of Rob here, the more I value what he's saying when he says that relationships are what are important in this game, and his relationships seem to be rock solid, and they seem to be coming in handy at every step of the way. And I don't see him as being inflexible. I see him as being successful in being able to do these things where other people might not be, because he knows the lay of the land and he has those relationships.
That was a lot, but all very well said. And Rob's game is a little bit tough to interpret this year. I agree with a lot of you said, but he feels a little stiff, though. He does feel a little inflexible. To me personally, I got that sense watching this episode of him maybe not being as fluid as he seems like Harvey, Ethan, these might be one under no circumstance people like turn back on them. So I hear what you're saying, but I do agree with the people going out and agree that I would bump with Little Parvati and Sandra in the top legends here.
Alright. It is very close. It is, each one of them are separated by 1/100 of a
Wow.
point.
Wait, how the fuck? Okay, wait. I can just fast travel back. I don't know why I just didn't do that from the beginning.
I thought one of them for sure would get taken out just because they are the red alert target, but they've all survived.
Very much so. We actually also saw Sandra jump above Parv. So it's Sandra, Parv, Rob by 1/100 of a point. And I think that Parv has also dropped a bit, being targeted now for 2 episodes in a row. Also not getting a lot of content of her saving herself. It's a lot of Rob saving her, I think, which is not helping. But it's also hurting Rob more than it's hurting her. So.
And Parvati talked about how she wants to spit out the bones of Adam and then that plan not falling through. I can get behind that too. I understand that.
That was Brooke.
Yes. All right. We do see that Yule now has a little more definitively dropped back down into the top tier from the legend tier. Like I
Wait,
said,
what is this like a real-time Stark market? Is this coming in like second by second?
I'm showing you the changes.
You will drop down like what 7 seconds ago?
Well, no. I mean, like based on this week's poll.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I thought you were reacting like second by second.
No. The previous week he ended at the legend tier, but that was after the podcast had aired. And so this time he is a little more firmly up there in the top tier, just above Tony actually. And Tony is very high up there as well. But yes, I think we didn't see a ton from Yule. He got such strong content in the beginning. We saw a reactionary move up, And now I think what we're seeing is that sort of normalization. He's falling a little bit back down. I think that Yule absolutely could end up in the legendary tier if he continues to have great content throughout the season. But it's going to take more than just a great premiere episode. It looks like.
I completely agree on that. It's very, we're picking hairs, like especially with Yule, Tony, and Tyson, all could be in that top legend tier. They're amazing Survivor players, amazing entertainers as well.
Yeah. So Tony is right behind Yule, still getting some great stuff. I think that Tony actually has, he moved up just a little bit in terms of the numbers. Tony's on the rise here based on what the content that we're getting from him. However, previously Tyson was behind Tony. Tyson is actually going to fall back a couple of spaces after this episode, behind Jeremy.
Makes sense.
And also behind Kim. So he had surpassed Kim. Kim started in the legend tier, fell pretty rapidly, then got behind Tyson, and eventually fell below Tyson, but now she is, again,
Okay, I don't care about a lot of what's going on narratively in this game.
Saw a bad episode or two, but she was not in this episode, and actually not seeing her has made her numbers come back up a little bit. So interesting to see that.
Okay, so we got one left, right?
So this is the correct order here now. Tony, followed by
Just finding
Jeremy,
new stuff.
definitely saw a big boost from this episode.
Oh, we could just fast travel.
And then after Jeremy is Kim, who has moved up a little bit as well. In fact, actually a decent amount for Kim. So there's Kim, and then Tyson falling there. And then after Tyson is Sophie.
Did Sophie start in the middle tier and get bumped up to the top tier after such a strong premiere? If that makes sense, yeah.
Yep. Sophie's still hovering right around the same space right now. She, based on the strength of what she had, she is not falling back down right as of yet. And she's still, in my opinion, in the best spot of the game.
Whoa, the best?
Find Usopp.
On the majority tribe, and has shields around her that are bigger targets.
Could argue for Yule.
I think Yule is definitely there as well, but I think Yule is a little bit more appetizing as a target.
Could argue for Jeremy as well. I can get behind Sophie being the best spot, but she's coming out of the gates blind. She kind of preseason, she was a little under the radar as not the most exciting person to see back, but she's been fantastic and funny in professionals. I don't remember Sophie being funny in what was the season with Ozzy and Coach. What was the South Pacific? That's right. She wasn't known for her witty confessionals, but she's brought it this season.
All right. So after Sophie, we're actually going to see that Sarah down in the middle tier is going to make her way back up to the top tier.
Sarah Lucina getting a bump.
She did start in the top tier, down at the bottom of the top tier, but she's slowly fallen over the course of the episodes. But after this episode, she got some good content. She's back up in the top tier, back to the position she was in before she started, basically.
Top tier. I agree. She's a great Survivor player. She's fantastic.
We're also going to see another big jump in this episode. This is a massive...
Wait, don't tell me. Let me guess. No, it's Denise, obviously.
No, it's not
What?
Denise.
Wait, let me guess. Wait, someone
Natalie.
has a big...
Yep.
Natalie on Edge of Extinction?
It is Natalie on Edge of Extinction.
No, they're out of the game! What are you talking about? I love her.
So here's the thing. Natalie started in the top tier. After being voted out first, she fell into middle tier. But like I said, that normalizing effect, it's a lot easier to bounce back to where you were than it is to rise from a previous starting point. And so she's actually going to get a big bounce right back up into the top tier.
I don't think your stock can go up while you're on Edge of Extinction. She's doing amazing. The fact that her stock... that's wild. I can't get behind that one.
I mean, I think she's getting good content there, and I think that a lot of people are saying, you know what? She shouldn't really be blamed too much for being first out. It was kind of like a random bullet that hit her, and now she's killing it on Extinction, so she deserves to be back up there. I will say, she barely managed to make it up into that top spot, but she did jump quite a few people to get there. Alright, so...
I just have there's a
Alright, so we gotta find jewels.
here over the last couple episodes, but we are going to see him.
When you get voted out, you drop. The stock drops when you get voted out.
Only a couple of spots. He falls down into the middle tier. I don't think people are blaming him a ton for this vote out. It was pretty random in terms of like, you know, just, it happened to be Ethan. I don't think there was a ton that he could have done about it, but he does lose the gains, the ground he was making going up. He's going to fall back to about where he started here after being voted out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of potentially, I don't even want to say purple edits. What's going to happen to Wendell here?
Wendell, very interesting. I really want to talk about Wendell actually. Wendell started in the top tier.
Really? Okay.
Has fallen to the middle tier. Stayed we haven't really seen anything negative about Wendell. I don't think there's a reason that we're seeing him fall like that's negative content. I think it's just that he's not making much of an impact on the season so far, and so you know with everybody else
There we go,
around
one.
having an impact.
Oh, is that not one?
He's kind of just he's falling a little bit by a little bit.
Getting forgotten a little bit of absence of the mind.
Yeah, and it makes me very curious about the future for Wendell here. I want to preface this by saying I am 100% jumping the gun, and that it's not a guarantee by any means. But if Wendell continues with this, we haven't seen much from him. Maybe he really doesn't make much of an impact on the season. Maybe he just kind of has a quiet boot episode, and he ends up going out. He, I think, has a big reputation from Ghost Island. He played a pretty dominant game with Dominic, but Wendell versus Dominic, the only tie to ever happen in Survivor history in the final tribal. I'm very curious about this idea of when there's a pair that played really closely together and they both did really, really well, who gets the credit? I think Wendell got a lot of the credit because he did get that tiebreaker, but if anybody has the right to say, hey, I deserve a big chunk of that credit, we tied in the final tribal vote, I think it's Dominic. So I do wonder how Wendell's legacy will impact Dominic's moving forward. I think the closest sort of comparison we can make here is JT and Steven back on Token Chains. JT, legendary status after that season. He was considered one of the best winners. He won unanimously. He gave up more games for his benefit. Then he goes on here as villains, and as you mentioned earlier, gives away an idol to Russell. Then, and at that point, people are like, okay, that was bad. But, you know, you can sort of see what he was doing there. Maybe this is not the worst. Then he goes on Game Changers and does not find much success there either. Pretty big gap there as well. And I think at this point, his legacy has been pretty much. I think he definitely isn't considered a legend anymore. Maybe not even top tier. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe even lower. I mean, there's no one stock who's gone so far up and then so far down as JT. And interesting to that, so people said, oh, Steven is like, oh my god, Steven was a super important key to his success. And then people wondered into this season, like Jeremy worked with Steven, Jeremy won, Jeremy did that Steven. So far, he's doing pretty good. But it would have been, you know, Steven seems to be an amazing ally to work with.
Yeah, well, what I think what started to happen was as JT's stock fell, people started to go, you know what, maybe Steven really was the brains behind that operation.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Steven that made that happen. And then we see Steven on Second Chance, and I think he did fine. But I think even he would say that he wished that he had done better. Obviously didn't win or anything. And so I think that what we ended up seeing is that that individually they did not find the success that they had as a duo, and that the sum of their parts was great. Was greater than the individuals. And so I wonder if that's the case with Wendell and Dominic. If Wendell continues this track, and again, completely jumping the gun, Wendell could absolutely do really, really well in the future and completely put this to bed. But I'm really interested to see what this does for Dominic, what this does for the idea of Dominic and Wendell together, because I do think there are players who are just a little bit inconsistent. If they find the right match and they really glue themselves together, really exceed the sum of their parts.
Sure. Yeah, that's very, very well said. Sometimes you need somebody to fill in a role that you can't do, and maybe it's early though. You are jumping the gun. You can't really give us a just yet.
Absolutely.
He's on the majority try.
I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, we got it.
So we'll see if it makes sense that he stays in the middle tier to me.
Oh shit, we're over 30. Well, we might as well finish the mission at this point.
After Wendell, yes, Adam is falling a bit here.
We're gonna see a drop.
Adam was here. Adam had been steadily climbing the middle tier for a little while.
As he should. His first episode was awesome. He got the target off his back. He was doing great, but this one's gonna take a hit to his
Yeah, I was anticipating. I was ready for Adam to crack top tier. I thought this is the trajectory, but this definitely is a hit for Adam. He is going to fall even below Ethan here. It's not good for Adam as he falls still in the middle tier, not the bottom tier. But
he's never been voted out. He won the game. He hasn't been voted out. He's still in. His torch has never been stuffed.
How do I get back up?
I see you, social media people. Relax a little bit with the Adam. I see the hate that he's getting. Y'all need to chill. The kid won Survivor, okay? He's at a very high level season. He's out there making plays. Nasty tweets and it's upsetting.
Alright, so Denise is going to move up into the second spot here in the middle tier, just below Wendell. Not actually moving up very much, but just due to the nature of everybody else moving down, she is sort of benefiting from that.
Small bump. Yeah, she's got an idol. She's in a majority. They keep losing. Win the tribal immunity, Denise. Come on. Fine. I see you doing CrossFit. Let's win some tribal immunities here.
All right. Well, after we had Denise, we had Ethan, and then after Ethan, we're finally gonna get somebody moving up from the bottom tier. This should not be super surprising.
Ben?
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. No.
Yes.
I forgot Michelle was
in the
there.
bottom tier. Has always been at the top of the bottom tier. Is moving up into the middle tier, just behind Ethan. Big bump for Michelle. But she's needing to prove herself, and I think that we're seeing the results of that right now. She is moving up, and if she continues this, I can easily see her continuing to move up.
Yep, she got bamboozled in episode 1. She got bamboozled, and she's regained the footing. She's in a power place with Jeremy. I think Jeremy's driving the bus a little bit, but Michelle had a great episode. She's very deserving of the middle tier here for sure.
Alright, so after Michelle is Adam, and then after Adam is Nick, who is still very low in the middle tier actually, which is slowly falling. He's actually getting kind of close to the that does not bode well for your legacy, it seems.
No, the fans like the content, so Nick, I feel like Nick's a little underrated, being at the bottom of the middle tier. I can see him more beside Michelle, beside Denise, but it's a harsh judgment of him, but I think
yeah, and I think again, it's mostly just like he's unlimited at this point. Like, he won the game. Actually, I think a pretty good win. But when we're seeing a lot of stuff from other people and we're not seeing anything from Nick, I think that's where it comes from. I don't know if he deserves to be falling. Exactly. I don't know if Wendell deserves to be falling, but it does seem like we're seeing that not getting mentioned in the edit, not getting any confessionals, does seem to impact you negatively, whether you deserve it or not.
sure as it should. I think so. And then we're left with 3.
The bottom 3 here. We've got Ben, Amber, and Danny. They are not moving here. They are going to stay in this order.
Wait, Ben is going to stay at the bottom tier?
So here's the thing. Ben started at the very bottom by a large margin.
Yeah, he's moving up.
He has moved up. He has surpassed both Danny and Amber, and he actually had one of the bigger, not one of the bigger, but he is still moving up. So, he's moved up almost a tenth of a point here within the bottom tier. He is actually, he's getting there. He needs a good episode. If he has a good episode, I think he has a chance to move up to middle tier.
I understand, but I think I would buy Ben's stock in where I think he's underrated from what he's been doing, but I do get it. People are salty. People hate the fire making challenge. I get it, but there's a couple harsh judgments. Like for Ben to be 4 spots behind Ethan, who just got voted out. Like, really? But it's all right.
This is the audience. They have
The audience is almost correct. Some of them are definitely wrong. Some of them are wrong. They're pretty on it, but not 100%.
I actually agree with you. I think Ben is in for a deep run here.
I think so. We're gonna get a lot of Ben, which hey, I can live with for sure. Ben is It'll be interesting to when we eventually get to the final seven or final six. Or actually have a chance to win this game. I think he does have a chance. It's unlikely, but he's live. He's live winning.
Yeah, I feel like I think he has a deep run. I don't know if he has a chance to win. I don't know if he has the respect of his peers right now.
You're right. It would be tough for him to get the final. He just doesn't have the eloquency, charisma.
Fuck, this mission's going on longer than I thought. But whatever, we'll still finish off.
It's magic. They're just like, it's almost undescribable. Ben isn't
This should be the end of chapter
well-spoken,
6 too.
And
We'll
he had
see.
a bad final tribal in his Heroes vs. Hustlers, right? He barely got that win, I remember, over Chrissy. So I would buy Ben being where he is, though. I think his stock is undervalued.
Yeah, I agree. Any others that you really disagree with that you haven't mentioned?
I think Nick's a little underrated. I think Ben is a little underrated in terms of overrated. I think Natalie being in the top tier, being on the edge of extinction is insane. That's pretty wild. That's crazy to me. That one doesn't sit well. But it's pretty close here. I can get behind most of this.
I'm very curious. Being a winner yourself, can you get into the heads of these people playing on this season? Like, if you had an all-winner season of Big Brother Canada, and you were willing to play, is this in your head? Like, do you think that this is a major component of the strategy of, like, what is my legacy if I do something wrong here?
Legacy is definitely important, but for these guys are all winners. The goal of the show is to win. These guys are playing with house money. Yes, we can rank
Ooh,
yes,
law.
winners, but you won the show. You accomplished the goal. I think you can really come into this season and play loose. Have fun with it. Have that lightheartedness. In my second time playing on Big Brother Canada, and this is one thing I regret, is it was heavy for me, dude. I didn't have a lot of fun. It was, I failed my first season, and I got a second chance, and it was a do-or-die mentality. I tried to will that into existence. I wish I lightened up. I wish I had more fun, had a jovial spirit to me. And I think someone like Tony, who's coming into this saying, like, hey, he's playing loose, he's playing fantastic, he's playing awesome. Someone who's coming in, like, a little tight, a little too serious, maybe Adam potentially in there. I know this is a big season, but whether you get voted out first like Natalie, or whether you go on and win, these people have accomplished the Survivor dream. They've won the game. So there is legacies on the line, but it's not as intense as I think people are. Like Rob's a legend. Rob's a legend no matter what happens. He could be the first boot, he could win again, he's a legend. So to take a quote from my friend JP, Jordan Parker, everyone who plays Survivor would love to be at the bottom of this tier list, because these are the winners.
I agree with you with Rob, but I do think we are seeing some very cautious gameplay from a lot of these winners. I think there's a really big carrot being dangled in front of them. Not only is it $2 million, which is a lot of $1 million, and for people who already won the $1 million, like, it's a lot more real to them. I think. Like, you play Survivor, you're like, $1 million, great. I also want to have the title though. I think once you win the $1 million, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Right?
Of course, yeah, the money, it's the money. I won 100,000 and I got like a taste of like, oh shit,
Right?
crack cocaine, of course. Winning money on reality television shows, like, sign me up, sign me the fuck up.
So you got $2 million dangling in front of you.
Alright, that took a while, but we finally finished chapter 6.
This season, you will probably be widely regarded for the rest of Survivor history as either the best player of all time or
So,
there is
next episode will continue on. For now, thanks for watching.